Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Welcome to the Dhammapada program. Today we are going to discuss the verse number 62 at the chapter 5 entitled The Bala Vagga, or the Fools. It begins with Putta Matti Dhanam Matti Iti Balu Vihanyati. Attahi Attanu Natti Kuto Putta Kuto Dhanam. This is very philosophical meaning. These sons, the children, are mine. This wealth is mine. They cannot even call themselves their own. How can there be son, or how come there will be wealth? Puttamatti dhanamatti. I have wealth, I have children. The fool fatigues himself. Fool fatigues himself, thinking that I have children, I have wealth. They cannot even call themselves their own. How can then we call that I have children, I have wealth? People fatigue themselves very much because of their attachment to the family. How hard they need to work to make ends meet. They are finding it hard to make ends meet. The activities are not enjoyable. The goal is to live a trouble-free, enjoyable life. It is, of course, important to accomplish their real goal. Many consider to be necessary to suffer. Unfortunately, there is no easy way to end all these troubles because of this selfish goal. Please try to understand what we talk about. Little inner meaning we should try to understand. This attitude needs to allow us to think differently. People are busy with their family life. We are so busy, and this behavior does not allow us to look at the life in an intelligent way. As a result, we continue to suffer in the samsara. At the time of the Buddha, a wealthy man was born after his death as an ugly beggar, person. One day, it so happened that he entered a house where he had dwelt in his previous life. But the owner of that house violently grabbed. He was frightened because somebody jumped into a ugly person like an not looked really a human being, different look, ugly look. Late night, jumped into the house. The owner of that house violently grabbed him and threw him out of the house. We do the same thing if it happened, don't you? The Buddha, who was passing that way, noticed him and told that the person that you have just thrown out of your house was none other than your dead father. He was shocked. The Buddha said it was his father, the previous father. This was because people were very occupied in nourishing their greed and passion for lustful things. We are human, and for this reason, many forget to have a meal in time, have a glass of water in time, postpone taking even a shower. Right? And the like. Taking a shower and the like. Some forget their duties, responsibilities, obligations, etc. And slowly develop greed. Because of greed, they forget their responsibilities, duties, and obligations, etc. Because very much taken by the greed. At the end of life, begins to worry about their past and try to bury past, but cannot do it. It is too much to get rid of during our whole lives. We collected greed and prolong our samsara. We do need to shorten our number of rebirths. For that, we need to get more and more involved in good. Worry about yourself and do your best to shorten the number of rebirths that we are going to have. But unfortunately, we are preoccupied with our family life, our responsibilities towards our children, responsibilities towards our families, and thereby we get lost. And we have no idea about what our mission is going to be, where we are involved, what we are doing. Our life is far away from the reality. Why? Because putta matti dhanam matti iti balo vihanyati attahi attano natti kuto putta kuto dhanam. I have children. Iti balo vihanyati. Iti balo vihanyati. The uninformed person fatigues himself. They cannot even call themselves their own. How can there be Buddha's children? How come there be wealth is an illusion. Therefore, it is important to understand, who am I? Who are the children? What is the wealth? Why I get lost in these things? The reality is, there is nothing to get involved. There is nothing to get involved in the real life. We are sooner or later going to leave this world. At that moment, if we reflect, the children, putta or children, the wealth that we have accumulated will not come to help you. Even if you think of them, it will be detrimental to your future rebirth. So then, why we worry about this? Putta matti dhanam matti, I have children, I have wealth. And fatigue yourself. Try to understand the real meaning of the life and try to find what the mission of our life should be. This is the message of the Buddha from this verse number 62 of the Dhammapada on the chapter 5. May you all be well and happy.